In today's modern parenting, if you have a child struggling with schoolwork, you might consider hiring a tutor or academic counselor. But how about an executive function coach?
It's something that Jenny Anderson recently wrote about in a Wall Street Journal essay. She referred to it as, quote, the new must-have for overwhelmed kids. She says as students struggle with paying attention, managing stress, demand is soaring for that kind of emerging support. And joining us now is someone who knows all about it, Ana Homayoun. She is an academic advisor and author of Erasing the Finish Line, the new blueprint for success beyond grades and college admission. Love that title, beyond just grades, right? Executive functioning was funny. We were talking about it earlier. Some people around our table knew the term. I definitely, as a parent, know that term, but some people don't. Explain what that bucket of tools is.
Yeah. So executive functioning skills are the mental processes that help us learn, concentrate, and take on new challenges. And research shows that these skills, having strong executive functioning skills, can actually be a bigger indicator of life success than IQ, test scores, and socioeconomic status. And so when we work with students on executive functioning skills, we start with 5 core competencies: organizing, planning, prioritizing, starting and completing tasks, and being adaptable when things don't go as planned.
Very important skills that can even be hard for adults.
Yes.
So a question that comes up is whether it's having a coach or focusing on this with young people, maybe putting too much pressure on them, especially given that their brains are still developing?
Well, this work has actually been going on forever, but it's different now with so much social media and technology. So many students have to use technology to complete their work, and it's also their biggest distraction from getting work done. So you have all these information overloads. So I would argue that actually what's happening is when we give students these skills, we're reducing their stress and anxiety and feelings of overwhelm.
Yeah, I've seen that in my kids, actually. Let's talk a little more about how you get the kids to put the device aside, the phone or the text chain or the TikTok.
Right.
How do you work on that? I mean, for parents out there, how do you get them to balance?
So the biggest thing is I make it all about them, right? What are the daily habits and routines that are going to move them towards their own goals? And that gets their buy-in, right? So there's ways that I gamify it with using a timer to create a sense of urgency, or maybe they create a playlist to do when they're, cleaning up or organizing over the course of a week. And then really creating that time structure and support is key as a parent or caregiver so that they can have that time built in, and that reduces their stress.
I love that. And we're not just talking about stress when it comes to school, right? This can apply to extracurriculars more. Walk us through that.
Well, so many students are juggling extracurriculars. They have family obligations. They have all these sorts of things that are coming at them. Not only that, but think about their phones. They have all these notifications coming at them. So our goal with executive functioning skills and executive functioning skill training is to help them create filters so that reduces that information overload.
I saw on that other screen we had up a minute ago, don't come from a place of anger, which is sometimes very challenging for parents. You have do's and don'ts on the screen now. Walk us through the do's and don'ts.
Well, the first is really to make it fun. This does not have to be stressful. And then the second is thinking about in your own family dynamic, is there a weekly time that everybody can regroup? Is there structure and support like body doubling where you just sit next to your child as they do work? It's really key to think about sleep and stress management because we know those affect executive functions. And we want to make sure that we don't get too stressed out when they fall off track, because that will happen. It's all about progress, not perfection.
Can you remind us of the why? Why is it that some young people maybe struggle more with executive functioning, and just overall what's something parents can do to best support?
Right. So big picture to think about is what we ask of students, particularly in middle school, high school, and college, may not be where they are in terms of brain development.
Oh, that's good.
So we're asking them to juggle all these different things, and the part of the brain that deals with executive function is still developing till they're in their early 20s, right? So the why here is really, we need to support them as they're building these skills.
So helpful to hear all of this. Ana Homayoun, thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
And we got a lot more news ahead, so don't go anywhere.
You're watching NBC News Daily. Be right back.